Shorthand politics.
What's up, everybody? Greg again with Shorthand Politics. Now, I know it's been a while since the last video, and I apologize.
But I've been busy reading many leather-bound books on my bookshelves made from the finest mahogany.
But enough about me. The Federal Reserve's been pretty busy too. Now, recently, Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke announced his plan to quantitatively ease the economy with a $600 billion stimulus. Now, quantitative easing, as a quick definition, is when the Fed prints money, in this case $600 billion, and dumps it into the economy through the purchase of Treasury securities.
Think about it this way. I'm the Fed, you're the Treasury. You give me bonds, in exchange I give you money. Freshly printed money, that is. You then in turn have more money to lend to people in the market, and thus the amount of money floating around in the economy has increased by the amount I've given you.
Now you probably want to ask me,
Greg, what are the repercussions of such an act? I mean, the Fed preaches that this is good for the economy. They say it will increase exports and create more jobs. This is a good thing, right?
let me explain. Now first off, Ben Bernanke himself is not even sure about the effects that such an action might have.
Really? He's just gonna print $600 billion without having fully algebraically calculated every possible repercussion that could happen?
Woo! So that's like doing a Hail Mary pass with $600 billion!
That's correct. As if it's pocket change to a country who's trying to free itself from the grips of a recession. But don't worry, since Benny Boy hasn't thought about the repercussions, I have. For instance, we've already seen our dollar weaken just from the announcement of such a move. Since Ben announced his plan a couple months back, the price of cotton has increased by 80%, and the price of gold, soybeans, and oil are following close behind. This is because as our dollar gets weaker and weaker by the Fed pumping more and more money into our economy, companies have to raise their prices accordingly. So now, as to the fact that it may increase exports, this is not even remotely beneficial in light of how much resentment is drawing from our allied countries. Here's something you might not know. Because the US is such a large country with such a large quantity of dollars, our currency has been pretty stable in the past. Now because of this, many countries hold US dollars as reserves in their banks. Now since the dollar is currently being, and will continue to be, artificially depreciated with the Fed's printing of $600 billion, this inadvertently lowers the reserves held in these countries, and thus puts pressure on these foreign banks. It's no wonder they're upset with our country's recent move. Now as for creating jobs, this is a very short-term phenomenon, if even a phenomenon at all. Quantitative easing lowers the interest rate, making it easier for companies to borrow money. Now the problem is that since the interest rate has been lowered artificially, there are no market signals telling these companies to make more jobs. Now in the long run, these jobs, if any are actually created, will be unsustainable since the market will have no need for the products being created. So to sum it all up, quantitative easing will increase inflation, create unsustainable jobs, and it has already started to increase prices and create tensions with foreign countries, all of which are not beneficial to our economy. So the next time you're walking through the grocery store,
and you see that the price of eggs have increased by $1, be sure to thank our good buddy Ben and his federal friends.
Till next time, this is Greg with Shorthand Politics, and I'm signing out.